completely root out from their consciousness the degeneration of old worlds and elect to live in the spirit of the new world, or the new age. The 13 arrows are symbolic of the wars which are part of the drama in the heavens, and the wars that must be waged against all evils as well as all evil individuals if man's freedom is to be maintained. It is each and every citizen's personal responsibility to eternally fight against these individual and universal evils. There is the prophetic reverse side of the seal, uncut, because the time is not ready for the prophetic fulfillment, which was known to few others than the philosophic initiates prior to its profane and premature use on the American $1 certificate. Several attempts have been made to cut this reverse side of the seal, but in each instance, an invisible hand or force restrained the effort. At the time of the Chicago World's Fair, this reverse side was ordered cut together with the familiar obverse side as an object of display, but those in charge, wholly ignorant of its meaning, and also ignorant of the spirit of true America, questioned, what a peculiar design. Why are we given this inartistic design? And this white stone, symbolic of the nation's destiny, as of the nation's true souls, was once again rejected. The soul of America is betrayed and is in travail. Foreign, inimical hordes are given almost unrestrained access into the country without a thought as to whether or not they are ready to throw off the gross, degrading, destructive evils of the old world and invest themselves with the spirit of the new with a wholehearted willingness to obey America's fundamental laws. Nor is that all. They are given high places, usurping the rights and privileges of those more capable born Americans wholly imbued with the true American spirit. If you have ears and you can hear, and eyes and you can see, you will begin to understand what the author is saying within a few more paragraphs, and you will be shocked. This helps bring about the gradual degradation of all that is truly American. So much so that the eagle whose wings overshadow America is gradually folding her wings and withdrawing heaven's protection. The time has come when a full knowledge of the twofold seal and all it stands for shall be made known to the people, so they may accept and be protected or saved, or ignore and be damned, and swept into the sea of oblivion, as have been other nations before America, because they permitted foreign invasion and the adoption of destructive ideas to take the place of the constructive ideas which had made them great. America must awaken. She must be awakened by one means or another. Her own safety and the welfare of her own people must be protected against all foreign-spawned ideologies born as the result of selfishness and defiance of God himself and all his laws, laws which throughout the eons have preserved the world and the drama of heaven. Through the peoples of nations unnumbered have perished as a result of their own disobedience and degradation. America, its people, individually and collectively, must become valiant and now henceforth stand before the world as exemplars. They must be leaders and promulgators of a new and equitable system of ethics, religious inculcations based on sound material and spiritual truths, and a citizenship that is honorable and noble, a justice and generosity to other nations that is unquestioned but without the weakness of cowardly compromise, lacking all honor and fairness to her own people, and emphasize the possibility of brotherhood based on individual, personal freedom, and obedience to laws that apply universally. Now, to digress, but vital to our thesis, late in the afternoon of July 14th, 1776, the New Continental Congress resolved that Dr. Franklin, Mr. J. Adams, and Mr. Jefferson be a committee to prepare a device for a seal of the United States of America, all of these men members of the mystery religion. The committee was identical with the one that had drawn up the Declaration of Independence, except for the omission of Robert Livingston and Roger Sherman. The Declaration itself had been signed about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and Congress desired to at once complete the evidence of the independence of the United States and of its people by formally adopting an official sign of sovereignty and national coat of arms. The coat of arms of England, the mother country, illustrated the union of Judah's lion with a unicorn of lost Israel, In accordance with the science governing heraldry, the young republic, born out of the throes of religious persecution, more than as a result of the sufferings of unjust taxation, was through, finished with thrones and crowns. It was ready to blaze a new path under the shadow of the eagle's wings through the forest of the New World in the cause of liberty, which should express her descent from the spirit of the Christian peoples of all nations and open a door for all who sought help and shelter upon her shores. She rejected British Israelism. She rejected the Lion of Judah. In the early colonial days, a knowledge of heraldry was considered an important part of education, just as throughout the ages it was necessary to have an understanding of symbolism which indicated a knowledge of the governing law of the universe and the drama of the ages and their effect on humanity, individuality, and collectively. It was through William Barton, son of the rector of St. James Episcopal Church of Philadelphia, learned in heraldry, and Baron Prestwich of England, that the designs expressive of America's destiny were developed and drawn. First, you must understand that the lion represents the tribe of Judah. Judah was not a part of the state of Israel. That is a historical fact, ladies and gentlemen. Israel was separate from the tribe of Judah and Benjamin. Our forefathers knew this. The British apparently do not, and neither, apparently, do identity Christians. The two sides of America's seal express in heraldry the countless ages of the evolution of man. This evolution had its beginnings even before the time of the so-called or misinterpreted fall of man. The seal symbolizes man's progress in Egypt, Eagle Land, America's actual fatherland, where for a time a wondrous race incarnated to build an unexplainable and inconceivable monument as a symbol of and memorial to the knowledge imparted to her by the more ancient Atlantis, and this is confirmation of everything that I've been telling you about the beliefs of the mystery religion. The ancient memorial or altar, the Great Pyramid, unites in a blaze of glory with the later building of King Solomon's temple as a prophecy of the coming of a master teacher, the Nazarene. He should be trained, taught, and initiated in the Eagle Land and bring into manifestation the human spiritual temple, perfecting the Son of Man into the Son of God as a fulfillment of ancient prophecy that in this same Egypt there should remain an altar where light should shine in the land of darkness. Another prophecy by Isaiah in symbolism connected the land of Egypt, or Eagle Land, with the land overshadowed by the wings of the eagle, America. Where there is an altar, Statue of Liberty, upon which is burning the light of freedom for all who accept the law and are worthy of their freedom. This great pyramid, an altar at the center of the earth, symbolic of man's spiritual or soul center, recognized as a temple of the highest initiation, was emblematic of the perfect man, foursquare of body, mind, spirit, and soul. Where have you heard, as I raised my hand to the square, or as I raised my arm to the square? Its white copestone symbolizes the attainment of immortality or cosmic consciousness, and you hear that throughout the New Age movement. It represents the measure of the earth as well as that of the universe, as also the evolution of physical man through those countless ages of reincarnation, now drawing to a restricted time, a time in which man will revert in his evolutionary path or will become God. The last Cumaean song now comes, wrote Virgil, and prophesies that a race should arise which would be the offspring of all races except those who isolated themselves and bring about the end of the ages of iron or war, ushering in the golden age, an age of honor, personal responsibility, and obedience to the divine law. It was therefore fitting that the mottos upon the reverse side of our seal, above and below the pyramid, should be taken from Virgil. Annuit Septis means prosperous in our daring